Wmcjltv, Jazz Lovers Television Network. Arts, culture, and entertainment with fine news and business. Wmcjltv.
Peace, Aki Smalekes, Kings and Queens, like always on Thursdays. This is WMCJLTV. Watch us live on our main site at WMCJLTV.com and also follow us on Odyssey channel. This is I Found My Voice. Glad to see my team. How you doing?
Very well, very well. Much success. 2025. I'm out in Brazil. I'm Makakuvu Ali El Bey with Zulu King Fixin and Lugansk People's Republic. And today we have a special report coming from out of Brazil with Ahmad Mansour and the festival that he attended on the changeover into 2025. Ahmad, you got the mic.
Greetings to you, everybody. World Media Coalition, Jazz Lovers Television Network. Welcome, everybody. Good to see everybody here. I'm actually currently in Bahia. I'm in Itaparica Island, about a mile away from the land that I am plan on building the cultural center. We came out here to visit with a possible partner who might want to buy some land as well. So that's a good thing. Here in a very rural area, it is very hot right now, extremely hot, but we're here. So the festival that I participated in is the rave. It's they play most electronic music. Psytrance is very fast paced, hard style music, but it also have many different styles of music, that go with it. So this year was actually a smaller event. Normally, it's close to 800,000 people. This year was probably about six. They had about six stages along the beach, and this festival goes from the 27th of December until the 3rd of January. So it's a, a festival where people celebrate New Year as well. Um, and I'm participating. This is my third year participating as a DJ, actually DJing. The first year I went just as a spectator, and it's just always a great experience. You get a bunch of people from different places all over the world, Brazilians, non-Brazilians. I met somebody from Palestine, and there were a bunch of people from Israel, and there was no animosity. It was a place of peace in times of war. So it's always great to see. My intention of going there was to get connected. So I spent a lot of time at the indigenous tent, um, doing a hape ceremony, which is a ceremony where they blow the ash from a steak tree up into your nose. I spent most of the time doing that when I wasn't playing. But it's an overall great experience. I got to play on a stage called Utopia, which was an amazing experience. A nice stage that you can see in video. Um, Probably one of the biggest stages I've ever played on thus far as a DJ. So it was a great experience.
What's the name of the festival?
It's called Universal Paralelo, so Parallel Universe.
The Parallel University.
Parallel Universe.
Parallel Universe. Okay. And how did it come about? You said it's been going on for 4 years now?
No, this is my fourth year participating. Usually it's every other year, so every 2 years. And they're on their 20th edition, so they've been doing this festival for 40 years.
Excellent. Excellent. And it brings people from all over the world?
All over the world, yep. I met some people from California.
Right on. Right on. Well, I know they're glad to be out of California if they're still in Brazil, because California is on fire.
Yeah, I've heard.
Los Angeles is under a deadly fire. The fire has covered, one of the Palisades fire has covered over 17,000 acres, which is larger than the island of Manhattan. And then there are two other fires burning as well in California. The Sunset Boulevard has completely been destroyed. And the fire is threatening Hollywood Hills as well. So the $1 million mansions and the land that was stolen from our people is now being destroyed. In the fire. Ufa City Sid is here with us. Sid, how you doing?
Hello, everyone. I'm great. How is everyone?
Excellent, excellent. Before we move into Sid's presentation, Ahmad, you have some videos that Fixing can pull up and some pictures, correct?
Yes. Go and show a couple of videos so you guys can see the magnitude of the festival.
Yeah, we have some video, but I need few minutes, maybe 10 minutes, because when I try to open up it now, some of the videos need to flip there for normal angle.
Oh, okay. So you need a little time to get it straightened out?
Yeah, it's videos from different formats. We can watch it later. I now start converting.
You don't have to play all of them. You don't have to play all of them.
Okay, let's watch a few that have normal angle.
Before you do that, let me tell you. Wait.
Okay.
So, the interesting thing about this festival is, like, when I went actually the first time. For the first time I went, I was invited by a friend of mine, and the owner of the club that I was being at, he got me an entrance, and he was like, "All you got to do is make it down there." So I was able to make it down, and then when I got there, I'm a DJ, so I took all my stuff and I walked up to one of the stages, and like, "Hey, I'm a DJ. I'm from New York. I DJ here." I gave him all my credentials and told him who I know, and I was like, "Is there a space that maybe I could DJ?" And he goes, "Well, I'm gonna DJ next. This DJ is gonna finish now, but it'll take me a half an hour to get my stuff, so you can DJ for that half an hour while I'm gone." And I was like, "Okay, that's fine. 30 minutes for me in the festival, it's okay." So I got up on the turntable and started DJing. A half an hour passed by. The guy came back, and he just stood there watching me. He came up to me. He was like, "No, you go ahead. You can play a little while longer."
No, I just thought I had smelled it.
So, and then after that, I played another half an hour, so it was an hour at the time. And he goes, "You can play a little bit more."
Mm-hmm.
And so I played for another about 30 minutes. And then he said, "Well, the generator is going to run out of gas, so you can play till the generator runs out of gas." So I continued to play. And then 20 minutes later, he comes back and said, "I just put more gas in the generator. You can just keep playing." So I ended up playing at a festival where most people only play an hour and a half set. I ended up playing for 3 hours for the first time when I was there. So that was like my introduction to the festival, and I've been invited ever since to come back and DJ. So that's how I got there. Yep.
Okay, let's play a few videos.
Yeah, you can play the video now.
See, I kicked it off.
Okay, that's all videos that we have from here.
All right. Well, yeah, that's about it. It's a representation of what the festival is about. It's definitely great.
Excellent.
It's better, of course, it's better in person, but that definitely gives a great representation.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thank you, Friction, as well. Sid, you want to give us a report on the situation in India?
Well, in India, yeah, a lot of things are happening because, first of all, there is a big festival coming up. It happens every 12 years, and it has been, people have been celebrating it from times immemorial. Like there are records of people celebrating it like thousands of years ago, and it is like it also has like a World Guinness record of like some of the largest festival on earth or something like that. It's called Kumbh Mela. It is starting in a week, I think, or like in January, basically. Yeah, it's happening. It's starting next week, but yeah, it's starting next week. Kumbh Mela. Every 12 years in one particular spot. So yeah, so the whole world is gathering there, and this year it is especially some kind of special Kumbh Mela because once which happens every 144 years. So that I'm not exactly sure because I did not look into it, but it is a very big deal this year, and people from all over the world are coming there. And obviously, because it's not Christian, it is not Muslim, it is not Abrahamic, it is native. Yeah, a lot of forces in the world, they want to either shift people's attention from it, or if people do pay attention to it, they pay attention to it in negative light. So yeah, so right now the preparations are commencing. A lot of very high-tech modern defense techniques are being utilized so that people can do their religious pilgrimages there. So like AI-based systems are used to track down any criminal activity that might happen, any hacker attacks which might happen. So yeah, it is like, it's a very large scale thing. And yeah, and a lot of things are happening, like, or are orbiting that. So what you see in Bangladesh, for example, or Maldives recently, Sri Lanka, or Nepal, perhaps, like even Pakistan, it's fighting some, no, not fighting, but seeing some very high level of activity from separatist groups and the Taliban side. So yeah, a lot of things are happening in the Indian subcontinent right now, and they're just too much to cover, but the main focus is that big festival which is coming up. Yeah, it just so happens that our Republic Day of the modern country of India, 26th of January. It is also falling on this period of this Kumbh Mela, Mahakumbh Mela. So, yeah, so India got spiritual attention of the world this January. Yeah, some world leaders are also coming. I heard maybe some lower level ministers are coming from around the world. So, yeah, it is. Yeah, when it happens, I will update everybody like how it went and so on. Right now, preparations are going.
What is the situation with the Starlink and the rebels in that area of the world in India and Myanmar?
Yeah, so what happened is that India is not allowing Starlink to come unless it abides by the rules of India. But Elon Musk managed to get Starlink into the neighboring smaller countries, so such as Burma, like Pakistan is also like considering it. Perhaps Afghanistan, because of the current nature of Afghanistan, perhaps they do not even need any kind of permissions to use Starlink there. And with that, you get Starlink used on the Indian borders without it being allowed in India. Because the terror groups, the separatist groups, mostly are terror groups, like Indian government, they jam their communication networks. Like be it like the drug trading cartels, because India is between the so-called Golden Crescent and Golden Triangle. Like Golden Crescent is Iran, Afghanistan, Pakistan. Golden Triangle is Laos, Myanmar, China, and Thailand. So these two areas of the world are known for producing drugs, and India is right between them. So, yeah, a lot of those groups are using India for logistics. And, so Indian government jams their communication networks, and with Starlink, they bypass those jams. It becomes really hard for Indian army, Indian force, and Indian government to fight the terror gangs which operate on Indian borders. So yeah, that's the thing.
We have the video about this. We can watch it.
Yeah, you can show it. So yeah, basically that's some power plays by USA and China because India recently has been taking a lot of blows from USA specifically because India is very stubborn for not complying with whatever the West wants to do. And yeah, we've been taking a lot of blows for that and currently persevering. So that's what you can see.
Starlink is banned in India, but is it something that Musk is doing to make it available in other countries to put pressure on India to finally allow India to allow Starlink to come in?
It is not really about Starlink. It is about getting India to comply, because Starlink is getting used by the militant groups who are fighting against government of India, which are smuggling drugs, which are doing lots of terror activities, human trafficking, etc., etc. And by supplying with Starlink to those gangs, yeah, they pressurize India to comply with whatever they want to, with something much bigger. And because India does not want to comply, India got these got pressurized in the past, it's getting pressurized right now, and will get pressurized in the future much more, especially after Trump comes. What we will see in the near future is that a lot more such stuff will happen in India because India will stay stubborn.
So it's a classic technique of the West. If you don't go along with us, we will circumvent things and support destabilization efforts to make you to comply.
Yeah, exactly. What we are seeing is just classic Western tactics, negotiation tactics.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
a few days
I
ago,
want to
I read.
Welcome, Berta.
Few days ago.
Ahead,
yeah, please. In continue of the topic, a few days ago, I read some news about that Starlink make the agreements with Ukraine. The main Ukrainian telecom operator has agreed with the Starlink network to launch direct-to-cell technology. Yeah, first stage, they will be provide SMS and messenger messages via Starlink satellites, and also Elon Musk and Starlink help Ukrainian army with this technology. And yesterday, just spoke with some Zulu brothers, and they sent me interesting video about the Apple technology, also that records the voices of the people who using it.
Is your iPhone spying on you? So this week, Apple has agreed to pay $95 million to settle lawsuits that claim its voice assistant Siri has been eavesdropping on users. And now Apple owners could be getting a payout. Our chief business correspondent Taylor Young joining us here in the studio to talk about this. And this lawsuit doesn't just accuse Apple of eavesdropping. There's actually more, Taylor.
Yeah, it's also about where this information is allegedly going. So an example of this in the lawsuit is two people having a private conversation, maybe next to an iPhone, and they're talking potentially about a product or a specific brand, and then the next thing they know, on their social media or web browsers, they're seeing advertisements for this exact product. And I think over the last couple of years, iPhone users have really theorized that their iPhones have been listening to them, and this lawsuit claims that it has been. So, in this lawsuit, it claims that for over a decade, Apple has been secretly activating Siri to record private conversations. It also also accuses the company of then sharing the content of those conversations with advertisers in an attempt to sell their products. And some may be wondering, don't I have to give Siri a prompt in order for it to work? Well, the lawsuit says these recordings happened even if users did not trigger their device by saying, "Hey Siri." Now, while Apple has agreed to settle, the company has reportedly denied any wrongdoing. And I do think it's important to note that this case still needs to be approved by a federal judge.
All right, so if it is approved, how do you know if you're eligible for some money?
Yeah, so first of all, it is estimated that millions of Americans could be potentially have a pot of some of this money. And it's not just iPhone users. So the settlement would apply to anyone in the U.S. who owned or purchased a Siri-enabled Apple device between September of 2014 to December 31st of 2024, so this last Friday. Those devices include a long list of Apple products, including the iPhone, iPad, Apple Watch, MacBook, iMac, HomePod, iPod Touch, and Apple TV. So really everything across the board owned by Apple. And as for the settlement money, if approved, Apple product owners could get paid up to $20 per device with a limit of 5 devices. So really the reality here is the biggest payout that we could be seeing is $100. And that could also be lower in the long term if more people apply to be part of this lawsuit.
Yeah, because most people, you have an iPhone, you have an iPad, you have so many things that Apple, just as you said. But now what's the criteria that people need to be able to know? They're listening to this going, you know what, I might be part of this settlement. What do I need to know?
So because it would, in theory, be very difficult to have concrete evidence of this, all you really have to do is just swear under oath that Siri was accidentally activated or randomly activated while you were having a private conversation. So if you're someone who might be out there thinking, this potentially happened to me, all you have to do is swear under oath that it did.
So could this be happening more often than we actually think, though, Taylor? Because, I mean, Siri, I have so many devices, you know, at home that you can be able to pick up on conversations.
Yeah, and Apple is not the only company that has received a complaint like this. There was a similar lawsuit filed against Google for its voice assistant. So that case is still pending right now. And also, Amazon has also paid millions of dollars over claims its Ring and Alexa have invaded users' privacy. So yeah, companies are kind of facing some consequences in some class action lawsuits. And I think it's safe to say that, you know, maybe think about what you're saying in front of your phone, which is crazy to think because we all carry our phones with us everywhere. But yeah, a lot of companies are kind of facing some backlash for this right now.
And you bring up an interesting point because, too, it's also not only when you think about Siri, but Alexa in your home. That's a little harder because you have so many conversations, you have people who come over and things like that, but you have to be aware. Maybe you have some in-house rules now to be able to know, hey, people are always listening.
And I mean, we live in an age where nearly every device has a virtual assistant.
Yes,
so
and we use
everywhere.
We use it. All right, Taylor Young, thank you so much for your...
No private life, like you see.
So that is something that has happened to me a couple of times. I was in a conversation, and then all of a sudden, Siri made a comment about the conversation. So they're actually saying that the devices can not only hear what you're talking about without being on the phone, they can hear it from a private conversation with your phone not even in use.
Yeah, and let me introduce our guest from Russia. If you can speak, Shiva, please open your microphone. Shiva is a Funk Fanatics B-boy from team of Funk Fanatics. He's from Russia and he's with us today. Shiva, can you hear us?
Shalom, my friendski.
How you doing?
Tripping with the wires. Tripping with wires.
Can you open your camera? Yeah, we see you.
So, my friendski.
Peace, peace.
Let me check.
Right on. Peace and friendship.
Oh, shalom.
How are you? Dos Padonia. We're coming.
I'm building a toy chocolate. What is it? It's a chocolate here for my youngest daughter, my Fransky. It was a present for the Christmas, helping to building up. It was surprisingly for me to join the conversation because Sasha just invited me maybe in 10 minutes before you started in air. So not ready, not a presentable looking, my friends.
Yeah, we're not planned,
Well, you're welcome.
but I saw.
But it's okay. Everybody is like in the same situation. I see. It's not so official. It's more like private conversation. No serial out.
Yeah,
yes, unscripted, unrehearsed, one take. Free flowing conversation.
Yes. Studying a little bit of Kashmir Shivaism.
Okay, we have a video from you about Ken Swift, the b-boy that came in Russia. Can you tell us about his visit? When it was? What year it was?
The sound is double. Help turn it off. Okay, I'll be talking short because it's double. It was 2009. He was a judge on MIR. Okay, I turn off what I have. Do you have enough? So Kenny was here at 2009, but I got working with him in 2006 because he picked me up for Rainbow Beat Riders camp in New York State. In small city, it was at the university on the Hudson River. Yeah. It was there.
Mute your mic over
there. With I don't know, even Charlie Ahern, the director of the Wild Side movie, was there. Mr. Wigger. Well, a lot of people got a lot of influence in culture. They got lectures and participated, and they picked up around 30 people all the world, and Kenny was one who picked me up from the camp. So when I met him in 2009, he was doing the event in Moscow. The name was MI, like made in Russia. I had a short with him because not many people know the English way, the proper way, using the so-called urban dictionary. Need to translate some definitions necessary for culture to appear regular, fresh style. I don't know, another stuff. It was объяснение, for a Russian community, and it was like 15 years ago. Still, people do not understand the game. Actually, I don't like big governmental structures like park committees and actually of our president took raking all in our from us. So anyway, I'm working objective judging of the event. make an investigation mind trackers to check neural activity during dancing, and to the judge decision. People, the way how people feel when they watch the dancing and the decisions. And at the end of January, two short video blogs concerning actually some small two things I can now that there's no correspondence between how people feel and their decision, because I think so their decision is more inductive politics. People do not tell people the way they feel, the real feeling, and there is no difference between people feel to the winning side. It's the same.
Let's watch.
That's short. That's my short. My short.
Let's watch the interview with Ken Swift.
I'm here with you.
In Russia, so please introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Ken Swift, or you can call me Ken Stiff.
Good luck. And question that touched the hearts of many people. Can you say something about the freshness? What about how does it start, and how was it back in the day? And what about freshness in the moment?
Well, I like to say fresh, right? It's like when you open up a nice chocolate bar, you open it up, you smell it, it smells so good, and when you're like, oh, that's fresh. It tastes delicious. That's the original style. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be fresh. Everything about what you do should be fresh. Now, there's some people now that they great dancers, but they're not fresh. You understand? Fresh is also visual. So being fresh is all around cool, smooth, looking good, smelling good, you know, the whole 9 yards. That's the jam right there.
And you know, back in the days when the teenagers and young people was gathering together in the jams, and there were not any like hip-hop fashions, you know, and hip-hop fashion was only like building up, and people was freaky, and now the fashion is some kind of complete, you know, hip-hop fashion. They got new era hats and different styles. What about freshness now and back in the days and now in comparison?
Well, you know, when it all boils down to it, you want to feel comfortable and look comfortable for yourself. Now, what may be comfortable for me may not be comfortable for you. So, ultimately, you want to feel fresh and comfortable for your own way. Now, but it's very popular now to look retrospect, where you look like the 80s or 70s. You know, the clothing we used to wear was not b-boy clothing. It was regular clothing that we would b-boy in. So over the years, things have changed. Some people back in the days, they would wear clothing just to match the colors on it. You know what I mean? To look fresh. Because graffiti had such a big impact on the way you dress to do all right. You got to look colorful and larger than life. That's why you make your hat look big, you make your sneakers look big, because we look like characters. Now, the other thing is that now, yes, new eras in effect. There's all these companies, you know, people want to wear the bourgeois jeans and they want to look fresh. It's the same concept, you know what I mean? Back in the days, we had to make something this little look larger than life because we didn't have too much money. Our families didn't have much money. So we used creativity to look fresh. You know what I'm saying? Now, you buy everything packaged fresh already, you know what I'm saying? So maybe a little bit of that, there needs to be a little bit more creativity. I'll tell you one thing though, a lot of b-boys, back in the days, you could look at them and tell automatically they're a b-boy. Now sometimes, I don't know. I look at b-boys and I think maybe they skateboard, or maybe a Gap commercial, or Gap model, or maybe punk rock, I don't know. So the game has changed a lot, trust me.
And the situation with the Prophet came better?
The Prophets?
Prophets, yeah. You know, back in the days, they were not enough money.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think people are still worried about the world. I mean, when you're 12 and 13 years old, you have a lot of money. But the older dancers now, you have jobs. Some people have jobs, and it's a good job. Back in the days, the first pair of sneakers was $13. Okay. Now, Jordans are like $175, $180. Something like that. 25, 30, $160. Pair of sneakers. That's crazy.
Two more questions. What kind of hip-hop will you introduce if the aliens come to Earth and to represent them with your style? The second one is, what about generation? What do you think about it?
Well, I mean, if the aliens came down and they wanted to get down with hip-hop, I would kind of make them go somewhere else to another planet, because they take it to another level, definitely. They'll probably be doing moves, and we'll be so whack next to the aliens, it'll be crazy. I'd probably tell them to go to Mars with it. But nah, as far as the kids are concerned, man, like, in evolution, bring it back home to what we talking about. The young people, man, all you gotta do is have fun. Hip-hop is about having fun, bro. That's what it is to it. Have a big party with the aliens, you know what I'm saying?
And final question. Who killed Kenny?
Oh shit, that's that cartoon. You guys watch that?
For sure.
Oh my god, that's a popular cartoon. I tell my kids, don't watch that. My children, I said, don't watch that. It's crazy.
Okay, thank you very much. And
who killed Kenny?
Fanatics at Wmcjltv today. Stay fresh in 2025, the new year. Yeah. Tell us a few of the words about the Funk Fanatics, about the team.
Originally, I call it sect, because it's more about religion for us. We started in 2005, the community uniting, breaking, graffiti, MCs, DJs, and rappers, and promoters. Our crew, the most influential crew members, like maybe you heard about Beatmaker Beat, aka Space Kid, who got fits with Dr. Dre maybe 3 years ago or something like this. Disco T was one of the proud members of Top 9 crew, still 5 times world champions breaking. But actually, our mission is to explore funk and to provide funk, because we're digging 45s, throwing jams, and started to promote the original, the true knowledge about hip hop culture since 2005, and still we are probably the only and best dedicated, more deeply dedicated in the hip hop. I can call it a movement, or I don't know, culture. It's more because hip hop is some new kind of formation of humankind.
Okay, from where came the Funk Fanatics, the name of crew?
Funk Fanatics?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not the original member. I was introduced probably on the 3rd month, because I was in management, and I have the most discipline, because I studied university, I have a job, and I was always on time. It's very hard for artists to be on time, to have a regular job, then lecture in university. Actually, I was studying for the degree, but what can I else say? So it started like
what funk
I
you
just
are
lost the red line of my thoughts. So I was ready to speak about it
last
today.
question. What funk fan you are? Funk music.
Okay. No, funk music. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Can't cut this. We dropped the first jam with the live funk music with the dancers. I have a video on the...
Kids in the production.
Yes. Yeah, my production.
Kids.
Здравствуйте. We dropped the first jam with the live music with the funk band. It was in 2008. I can drop you a video next time about this event. We dropped the first tradition of cruise anniversaries in Russia. The first anniversary we started with was our crew. Then we first brought Rocksteady members to Russia. It first was Why Not, then we helped to promote the event with Crazy Legs and Fever One. Also Zulu Gremlin, one of the founder of International event in USA. I think he's my master, one of my masters, Zulu Gremlin. Stephen Roybal, probably you heard about him.
Yeah, for sure.
But later, up to 2010, 2000, yes, I started some disagreements with my crew members, so get down the underground, got interested in more spiritual and even in philosophical ways. Studied art and philosophy, history. We had some project with Vodka, Vodka.
Yeah, WODKA.
Our camarada. That's it. Then that time I was making up. It's like I call it hip hop. The first hip hop monastery in Russia. Like an ashram, and still have it, and started some traditional methods of physical education, some even art techniques, like Sufi art techniques, and it's a lot to speak about, and probably for me better to get more prepared for the talk. Since
okay,
at least next time I can drop you videos about our events.
Okay, no problem. I understand. Like you mix hip hop and also art, religion, psychology, and philosophy.
Me?
Yeah.
Yes, me, clinical psychologist. Like my education is clinical psychologist crisis situation. Mostly, I was. Involved in work with the prison, female prison, nice place to stay, combat veterans and victims of rape. Actually, psychopaths is my interest in psychology, and I'm looking for the core in culture that stops the violence, not like advertisement and pink colors, flowers, ponyville, and other things from TV, but what real force of the human nature can be included in culture to stop this dark matter inside everybody. And also I should say we have a big Funk 45's library. We work with he's quite famous in Russia, funk DJ Chuck. We always everywhere we promoted original funk. We had interviews. One of the best, probably the last one interview with Greg Campbell about funk. Actually, looking for the real source, and still I'd like to. I'm insist on that something special from space, the ray of creation, hit New York, and it took some time for this ray. A little, секундочку. And it took some time for this ray that hit New York in 70s to get through the Earth, through the sphere of planet, to reach the Russia. When it reached Russia in 20 years later, it started the Frank Fanatics. That's the legend about Frank Fanatics.
Okay, thank you very much. Shiva from Frank Fanatics today from Russia with us. And we see your kids in our production. Yeah, greetings to your family. And also we have Kaslu from Brazil, one of the greatest graffiti writers. Kaslu, can you hear us?
Friction, before you do that, let me just say that we would like to nominate Georgi
Shiva,
for the 5 Elements of Hip Hop Humanitarian Knowledge Award.
Yeah, Shiva, we have the ceremony of the graduation of Hip Hop Humanitarian Knowledge Award, and Makakuva and our team Wmcjltv wanna nominate you like the ambassador in Russia. What do you think about this?
Do you know Snack, a graffiti writer from Russia? Snack, he have to be in Brazil someday. But I appreciate my friends, ready to for whatever, you know. Still is dark forces around us, surrounding it. And if you do not do good things, the bad will do.
We're not about
more
the
than
graffiti,
you.
Shiva. We now speak about the graduation. We have the ceremony of Hip Hop Humanitarian Knowledge Ambassador Awards every year, and this year in February we have another award, and we want to nominate you like ambassador in Russia of humanitarian hip hop representative.
What should I do? What should I do to соответствовать, ёлки-палки?
Nothing do. We just nominate you, and we show respect to people. We just show respect to the people who build in the community and make a good job for the people and for the community.
Of course, Fretsky, I appreciate. If it helps to provide hip hop right knowledge, hip hop knowledge everywhere, I'm in. You know.
Okay, we just want to show the whole world that in different parts of the world living good people who build in the community and represent the real hip hop, not the rap genocide like we can watch on the TV, but people who represent all elements of hip hop, like you also, like you know, the b-boying, the graffiti artists, and also DJing, all main elements, and also the main elements of hip hop is the knowledge, because like you know, many people forget and ignore this element, but we see that you also represent the knowledge in the hip hop community, so we want to make you the part of this nomination. Kaslu, can you hear us?
Peace.
Peace. How you doing, Kaslu?
I find you, Amar.
I think we need help of Amar, like translator from Brazil to English. Amar, can you help us?
Yeah, I got you.
Please speak with Kaslu.
E aí, Kaslu, como tá?
Eu tô bem, firmeza. Tô aqui no estúdio de um amigo, tá me acolhendo aqui essa semana aqui na casa dele. Eu voltei pro Rio de Janeiro, tô aqui na luta.
Okay, he said he's good. He's in the studio in Rio de Janeiro, at a friend's studio. He's let you stay there.
What you doing now in studio?
O que você tá fazendo no estúdio agora?
Agora eu tô aqui participando da reunião enquanto eles estão gravando uma música lá dentro do estúdio.
He said he's just participating in the production while his friends are recording music.
Okay, how's his situation with his life? Because last time he said that he have some problems in his district, in his block, where some police criminal deals and about the drug deals, criminal deals. How is now situation? More easy?
Ele perguntou como está a situação lá. A última vez que você estava na reunião, estava tendo uma pressão policial por causa dos traficantes lá. Está tudo tranquilo agora?
É, mais ou menos, né? Os polícias ficam lá na porta da favela lá, atormentando, e aí quando faz operação é aquilo, saqueia a casa, estoura tudo, rouba os moradores, mas isso daí acontece frequentemente. Agora eu tô em outro espaço, mas eu vou voltar para lá agora nessa semana mesmo.
Okay. He said he's in a different place. It's the same thing, the police stay at the entrance to the favela. And, whenever they have that operation, it's always the same thing. They go into people's houses, they break their houses, and they steal the people's stuff. They don't ever actually do anything, really.
Okay, please ask him. He still make the graffiti arts in same danger zones like he watched us before.
Aí pergunta se você está fazendo os tags nos mesmos lugares, tipo, das favelas como antes também.
Sim, isso é uma característica do meu trabalho, né? É ocupar os espaços ociosos, que não chegam nem ONG, nem a prefeitura, não chega ninguém.
He said, yeah, that's part of his work. He goes to spaces where, no social organization will go, where the government won't go and police won't go.
Please ask him, Amar, what message today he is trying to send to people in his graffiti arts on the street.
Essa mensagem que você gosta que você está querendo disseminar no seu arte hoje em dia?
Por exemplo, eu sou favelado, então sempre morei próximo de ponto de tráfico de droga. E essa acaba sendo a maior referência para quem mora na favela, infelizmente, principalmente para as crianças, porque a gente vê o pai e a mãe sem dinheiro. Então, o que a gente vê acontecendo ali na favela é tráfico de droga e arma. Isso daí acaba sendo uma esperança para nós, que é favelado e é criança. Então, quando você tem uma outra coisa que chama a atenção dessas crianças, que foi no meu caso do grafite chamar minha atenção, e eu querer fazer outra coisa da vida, não querer ficar só no crime, né? Então é um caminho para a criança ficar observando a arte e se interessar. Porque quando a gente vai fazer, geralmente todo mundo da favela para perguntar, fala que tá bonito, elogia, pergunta até se faz em quarto de filho, essas coisas. E principalmente as crianças. Quando as crianças vê o grafite acontecendo, parece que elas estão vendo uma mágica. Aí eu tento fazer essa mágica dar certo.
He said his message is to show the kids in the favela something other than arms trafficking and drug trafficking. Because most of the people in the favela are children, and when their parents don't have any money, they turn to drugs, or turn to selling arms, selling guns. So what he does, when he does the graffiti, he does it in places where people wouldn't see it. And the kids in the neighborhood, the kids in the favelas, see it, like, oh, that's nice, and it gives them something else to think about, something else to look forward to, and feeling that something else exists.
Okay, please ask him. He's make graffiti arts alone or with team on the street?
Ele perguntou se você tem uma equipe que faz arte contigo ou você faz só.
Eu tenho minha crew, mas eu também faço bastante só. Inclusive eu escrevo só, que quer dizer melhor só do que mal acompanhado.
He said he has a crew, but he also writes by himself, and his tag is só, SO, which means alone, which means sometimes it's better alone than to be with bad company.
Okay, and is it considered a crime that he's doing? I mean, graffiti arts, or not?
Yes.
Yes.
Ele perguntou se é considerado crime.
Sim, é considerado crime. Porém, tem uma lei, que é o artigo 25, que diz que toda a sociedade tem participação no desenvolvimento cultural e artístico do seu espaço onde reside. Essa é uma lei federal aqui no Brasil, mas eles mesmos negligenciam essa lei, né? Porque eles colocam como crime ambiental. Então, é um crime que não tem fiança, inclusive.
He said, yeah, it's a crime, but there's also a law that says that it's part of cultural expression, but then at the same time, there's a law that says it's environmental crime, so it's kind of hard road.
Okay, and what inspires him to do this?
Aí perguntar o que inspirou você a fazer grafite?
Eu via na cidade, andava na cidade e via um monte de escrita pela cidade, e aí ficava imaginando quem que será que fez isso daqui, né? Eu achava bonitas as letras diferentes que aí ensinava na escola. E comecei a ver que isso era muito presente dentro da cultura hip hop, né? A identidade visual antigamente ainda era usado mais, né? Não é igual hoje, que é tudo tão comercial. Então eu via isso daí, o que me enfeitiçava era isso, pichação, grafite e o DJ fazendo scratch. Eu ficava louco já desde criança com isso. E eu percebi que do que os meus amigos faziam de crime, ou então pessoas da família, isso era uma outra parte da história. Tipo, não era considerado, ao meu ver, não era crime igual eu vivia dentro de casa ou no bairro, assim. Era só uma expressão, sabe? Tipo, uma arte mesmo, arte pura.
He said that he used to see the graffiti on the wall and the tags on the walls in the street, and he thought they were beautiful, and he always wondered who did those, who did the art, and then he started to realize, how much it was present in hip hop, and it was something that really caught his attention, along with scratching from DJs. So it was something that he took on to.
Okay, and please ask him what kind of message maybe he can from Zulu Nation leave for people in our production today, for those who will be watch it later.
He said, ele perguntou qual mensagem você quer deixar do Zulu Nation para o show hoje.
Para mim a mensagem mais importante das Zulu Nation é a questão da transmutação, né, do negativo para o positivo, que inclusive eu me identifico muito referente à minha história com isso, porque eu era um menor de idade problemático, que usava muita droga, participava ativamente do crime, e aí eu tive um despertar através do hip hop que fez eu entender que isso daí era só o plano mais óbvio do sistema para me matar. Então a mensagem que eu deixo aí é essa, do negativo pro positivo.
So what he said what the message he wants to leave is the message of transmutation, because what Zulu Nation did for him, he was a problematic kid. He was involved in drugs. He used to use a lot of drugs, and he was active in crime. And it was the Zulu Nation and hip hop that saved him and made him into a graffiti artist, and it made him into a positive individual now. So always believe in the possibility of transmutation.
Okay, best wishes to him, and stay safe.
Melhor e fica seguro, stay safe.
Oh, muito agradecido, irmão. Very grateful.
Outro lado que é mais de negócio, aquele que você falou das logomarcas que você precisa, volta lá no grupo, aí eu traduzo para ver aqui onde pode fazer.
Ah, demorou.
Tá.
I need vector logos.
Ok. Ok, bota aí o escrito para mais tarde eu faço. E a gente mudou a data do evento para, por enquanto, é dia 8 de fevereiro.
Ah, acho melhor até para organizar.
Salve, saudações Zulu.
Saudações cordiais Zulu, irmão.
Okay, if anybody have some comments, please speak, or we can close this production. Okay, nobody have no comments. Thank you very much for this production. Kaslu from Brazil, Makakova Leobei from Atlanta today, speaking with us. Amar Mansour also from Brazil, and also Shiva from Fanatics team crew, B-Boy from Russia, and me, Zulkin Frickson from Lugansk People's Republic. Like always on Thursday, I found my voice on Wmcjltv. Watch us live on Wmcjltv.com and follow us on Odyssey channel.
Sha.
Thank you. WMCJLTV.
Take care, Ski. Take
I
care,
found
Ski.
my voice. Kaslu, it was good hearing from you.
Peace and love.
Very graceful. Very respectful.
Yes. WMCJLTV, Jazz Lovers Television Network. Arts, culture, and entertainment with fine news and business. WMCJLTV.